Hey, everybody, it's me, Dave Schrader from the Paranormal 60, Ghosts of Devil's Perch, and the Holzer Files. And for some reason, you're tuned in to the Paranomaly Zone.
A ghostly apparition in the dark of night.
Well, Mark. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Mike.
Bastard.
Yeah. Well, we attempted to have some paranormal excursions again this current weekend. Time will tell whether or not those paranormal excursions will successfully reveal paranormal activity.
We can
We
always
shall
hope,
see.
but we always disappoint.
Oh.
I mean, we have a blast doing this stuff and going to these places and the Boyd House, the Sally House, but we never bring back enough. And why is that? I have no idea. But
Now I'm about ready to ask, like, why are we here? What are we doing?
because we're ever striving to move forward and to enhance the experience of spectral hunting that we do.
Spectral hunting. Ooh,
Yes. So
kind of like that. I kind of like that.
it's all a great thing, and we
Yeah, we
billions
will.
of people do it.
We will spare our tens and tens of listeners the details, but yeah, we made another return to Standing Rock because the place is very special to us, and we did some quote unquote investigating at your place using the laser grid, and
Yeah.
craps, we pulled out the Ouija for crying out loud. So
Yeah, it was fun.
yeah, you can laugh. You can laugh. It's okay.
I still need to watch the whole video off of my phone.
Oh gosh, yeah. And the thing is that we have multiple camera angles that recorded the entire session, and so
Yeah.
including night vision, and we had some. Well, we had, like I said, your phone was set up at one particular spot. Mine was in another spot. The night vision camera was in another spot. It was almost like we were amateurs. Okay, that was a joke. It was a joke.
Almost getting up to the level of being an amateur.
Almost getting up to the level of being an amateur.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
But,
Thank you.
And there was a point during this that I really freaked out.
Yeah, and I will say this right now. I have never seen Mike move so quickly and remove his shirt and squeal like a little boy. It was quite I don't know how to say it. I was going to say amusing, then I was going to say intriguing, but definitely not intriguing.
I was going to say, no, go ahead and say it. I screamed like a little girl. Actually.
No, because that'd be an insult to little girls.
Yes.
So, no. Yeah, that was interesting.
Like anybody would want to be like a little girl.
Well, Mike swore he had some ticks crawling up and down his back, but
well,
no, there were no ticks to be revealed. So
let me finish the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is this going to be gross?
No, but I feel validated.
Can you stop moving your camera too? By the way, no, it was fine where it was.
It fell.
Oh, it fell. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize.
But anyway,
what the hell? Every 2 seconds, I just see Mike's palm covering the camera.
Could you read it?
And you wonder why we don't constantly do video episodes because of stuff like this, right, boys and girls?
It's organic.
I'm kidding.
But anyway, later that evening, after you had left, I went into the bathroom, and there was a wood tick on the toilet paper roll.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that probably didn't sit well with you, did it? Oh, man.
it wasn't just some ordinary wood tick. It was the one that came off of my back and that I shook off of my shirt, I'm sure.
Oh, there you go. So you were correct.
I was correct, sir. Yes.
Sometimes those, and not to be disgusting and not to keep going on about that, but yeah, unfortunately in our neck of the woods and several necks of the woods, wood ticks are out and about, and they're disgusting and gross. And I had one, Mike, right when I was pulling into Osage, almost completing my trip home today, and I saw one and felt one right here, right on my cheek, on my face, on my cheek, right here. I'm assuming these were Standing Rock friends that we brought home with us.
Yes,
because,
absolutely.
Wandering through that tall prairie grass, I mean, they love hanging out in there. So.
Yeah, and then you have to start checking every crack and crevice because they can get anywhere.
Gross. Well, but hey, whatever, No, that's exactly right.
Boy Scout camp one year in northern Minnesota there, and a bunch of us were sleeping in a tent. Just young Boy Scouts. Not like a bunch. But anyway, we were.
Thank you for clarifying.
And all of a sudden, this one friend of mine, he sits up and he starts freaking out. He had 3 wood ticks in his ear.
Oh, boy. No, thank you.
Now.
No,
I've never
thank
forgotten
you.
That.
Yep, and this was Mike's reaction to the 3 ticks in his ear. Yeah,
no. Oh, no.
Just pointing his finger at him.
I look at him and I go, buttons.
I can't see that one right now. Dang it. Okay. But Mike, it was good to see you. And like I said, we shall see if anything shall be revealed on video, digital, what have you. This is a off-the-cuff discussion that we are attempting.
We never do that.
Oh, no, that's right. We're very well prepared. We're very well, we're almost to the point of, you can call us scripted. We rehearse these.
Something new for this episode.
Mike and I get together 3 days a week at minimum and rehearse our discussion points, just so we can damn near sound perfect by the time we get around to recording.
And it never works.
Last night we were going to record a video episode to post up on YouTube. That didn't go as planned, shockingly. So here we are tonight. It's Saturday, May the 3rd.
And what day is it tomorrow?
My mother's 81st birthday today. So happy birthday to my mother. Tomorrow is May the 4th. Be with you. Of course it is. Mm-hmm. And tonight we are going to be talking about ghosts in the closets. Now you may be asking, what are you talking about, Patrick and Michael? What the hell do you mean by ghosts in the closet? Well, that's exactly it. We've all heard stories about the creepy, ghostly monsters, or maybe just straight up monsters in your closet.
The Mike Wazowskis coming out.
Okay, what have you? We're going to kind of, I don't want to say tiptoe through the tulips here of the topic, but we'll keep it short and brief and to the point as much as we can. It is a cool, creepy topic. We have our thoughts on it. Sometime during this episode, we are going to talk about some personal experiences and throw out that possibility of, now, wait a minute, was that really like my imagination? Was that really just a dream? Or was it, in fact, something entirely different? I like that idea. It's kind of creepy, and we're going to dive into that.
Choice.
Yeah, you're a multiple choice guy. That's for sure. Yeah. So,
if I don't see a multiple choice, nothing will come to my head.
Then he's just done. Mike's just, I'm out of here. See you later.
I have turned over many tests upside down on the teacher's desk, blank. So, essay questions kill me. But anyway, enough of that.
Dang it. Those were what I was the best at, were essay writing stuff, man. I could always nail it. But anyways, for those of you new to the program, we apologize, and we're sorry.
I mean that in a good way, yes.
Yeah, I jest. For those of you who may, in fact, be tuning in for the first time, this is the Paranormally Zone, your weekly dose of all things hell. You guessed it. Paranormal, strange, and mysterious. My name is Patrick Koffenberg, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host with the ghost, the paranormal poster boy himself, the tick-infested Michael Carbno. Yeah, good to see you again, Mike. Let's rip off a good discussion here. It should be okay.
Rip one off.
Maybe.
Let's rip one off.
Yeah, that didn't sound too good, did it? When I said it that way.
No.
Let's rip one off.
What are you talking about? Like a Band-Aid or some kind of a fart? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I didn't like how that sounded. But well, where should we start? Where should we start here? Ghostly paranormal tales from the closet. I personally, Mike, have memories of being creeped the hell out as a young wee lad decades ago, which is unfortunately true when I say decades ago. I've shared some of these experiences before, some of these nightmares, and we're not going to retread it. We're not going to bore everybody to death who has been with us in the long run. Those long-time listeners, dingy ding, dingy ding ding. Where's your dingy bell, Mike? God damn it!
It's still in the ghost bag.
Okay, here's your dingy boing. How's that? There it is. Long-time listeners, this is a shout out to you guys. Okay.
The dingy boing.
The dingy boing.
Sounds like a wonderful Asian dish.
Yeah, that's right. I'd like a little dingy boing, and as we talked about last night, Mike, an omelette du fromage.
Yes, right. And I
shoes with cheese on it.
Asian dish, I tell you that.
There you go. I
would probably eat one of those. But anyway, let's go.
Okay, Mike. On the menu tonight, the dingy boing. Okay. The first one that pops in my brain, and this is going back over 40 years, Mike, because this is coming from the country home, the farm home.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't have been more than 5 years old at the most, right? And I still have this vision at the end of my bed. At the end of my bed, what I saw terrified me then, and I'm thinking about it right now because I can see it clear as day in my mind. That shows you how powerful and and maybe perhaps lucid it was, if it was in fact just a dream. Very short, very brief, but there was something, Mike, standing right there at the end of my flipping bed. Giant. I remember right now. I'm closing my mind. I'm opening my mind's eye. This is what Mike often does quite a bit during the show. I see it. I can see like the moonlight coming in through my window. I can see the top of its quote unquote head kind of, I guess, lightened a bit from the moonlight coming through the window, you know? And the glowing giant yellow eyes. Yellow at the end of my bed. Peeking above my bed. Now, I don't know how high off the ground my bed was. I mean, I was a kid. It couldn't have been a ginormous bed. So maybe a couple feet, 2.5, 3 feet. And it was eye level. It was eye level, just couple inches above my bed.
Was it your bed the shape of a race car or anything like that?
No, it was just a normal, boring little bed.
Okay. Not like a towel on the floor.
No, absolutely not. I always wanted one of those things, especially later on when I became a Star Wars fan. I always wanted like a Star Wars spaceship for a bed or something,
Well, you probably had the sheets and the underoos.
Well, no, what I did have, and which I absolutely fell in love with, and I slept in every damn night for at least a year straight, was my Transformers sleeping bag. Hell yeah, baby. Yeah.
There you go. I hope you still have it.
No, I didn't. Or I don't. And no one cares about this fact, but my brother Matt and I, for the longest time, we shared the same bed. And I was sleeping in my sleeping bag on top of the covers for over at least a year straight. And my brother Matt wanted to murder me when I got sick of sleeping in my sleeping bag and I decided to sleep under the covers because he claimed that I would just stretch out and kick him and punch him all throughout the night. I just think he was being a selfish bastard and he just wanted the cozy blankets all to himself. Anyways, I digress.
Back on topic. Let's go.
What are you talking about? We never digress from our topics.
No.
Creepy yellow eyes, Mike, at the end of my bed, right at my feet.
Yeah. Now, so you said it was like giant. So what you're seeing as a young child is like a very tall creature.
No. I said giant eyes.
Okay,
It was eye level.
And it was just peeking over the end of your bed.
Yes, and I'm saying like the bed was maybe 2.5, 3 feet off the ground at most.
Right. So did it look like a large head or like a
yes
adult's head or bigger than an
No,
adult's
it looked larger. It looked at in my memory and how I've always recalled it. It was like I'm not saying this to be humorous. It was like a bulbous head, and yeah, and I'm not going as far to say that. Yeah, oh my God, it's a gray alien. It's the classic alien in your room. No, cripes. I might have seen the movie E.T. by that time. I don't know if the timeline would match out.
Well, you had said that movie did quite frighten you as a child.
Yes. Oh my God. One that I hated it so much. It terrified me. Especially the scene when he was like half dead and white and all that stuff.
Yeah, how pasty. He looked like me.
It just it disturbed me. So
yeah, it was disturbing.
I mean, who's to say if this was just a really, really lucid nightmare based upon my being disturbed from the movie by the movie E.T.? I don't know. I mean, the timeline would work out, but the way I don't know. E.T. did he have like glowing yellow eyes? I don't even remember.
No, they weren't big at all.
Were they yellow or were they just bright white?
No, I think they were light blue with large eyelashes, a little bit of eyeshadow.
Really now? Well, now you're thinking about that one particular scene.
Yeah, well, that was Halloween, yeah.
So the porpoise of this episode, Mike, is to talk about the ideas.
A little bit of dolphin.
A little bit of dolphin in them, yeah. A little bit of porpoise. The porpoise of this episode is to talk about, well, maybe perhaps just for the sake of argument. Yeah, Mike just hit his microphone. So
yeah, sorry about that.
For the sake of argument, for the sake of discussion, for a podcast, because that is what we do during podcasts, boys and girls. Shockingly, that's what we do, is we talk.
Yeah. Incessantly.
What if it was more than just a lucid nightmare? What if there was something maybe paranormal in my room at that time, Mike? Because there were a few experiences in that room that I still remember to this day, that frightened the hell out of me. Right. I mean, what say you? What do you think, Mike? You think that I understand that we're throwing out topics just for the sake of talking, but hey, let's take it. What do you think?
Well, yeah,
he's thinking too hard now. That's
I do, and it drives me crazy. But okay, so some of these things that had actually scared you in your room at different times. Did you ever feel any connection between those times and that possible visitation you had?
So what do you mean by that question? What do you mean? Do I feel a connection between those times and the visitation?
If you say when you're a little kid, if you had a thought all of a sudden pop in your head about one, would the other one come along with it? Because it's like they may have been connected or they
that's
totally separate.
That's hard to say. Okay. That's hard to say. Yeah, I don't think I can answer that.
Well, I don't question anyway.
No, there's no such thing as a stupid question. No such right, Igor. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No.
Oh, maybe there is. Okay, sorry. Well, one thing that terrified the shit out of me was I must have been some sort of break in the space-time continuum, because I heard this crap. Yeah, it's like, what the hell?
Jeez.
I don't know. So, to me, when I'm looking back. Oh, and I just had another quick memory pop into my brain. That's right. I remember I was screaming so loudly that I woke my dad up, and he came into my room, and I can kind of see the vision of him slamming the door open, not slamming the door open, but swinging the door open, turning on the light, like, what the hell is going on? Because I was just like blood curdling screams. And that was like that was from the giant bulbous head and glowing eyes at the bottom of my bed or by my feet.
So when you feel like you experience this bulbous, glowing, yellow-eyed head,
I love that word. And no, it wasn't beastly and it wasn't bulging, so don't go there either.
Well,
it was merely bulbous.
Okay.
Merely bulbous.
Did your mother have to come in and change your sheets or anything?
That I don't know. I really don't know. Perhaps.
You soiled your Transformer underoos.
No, that was before my Transformers. My Transformers sleeping bag was after we moved to town and stuff, and so that was a few years down the road. But I don't know, Mike. I really don't know. The other those other experiences that pop in my brain are kind of similar to sleep paralysis.
Sure.
Experiences, because to
that's
me,
a terrifying thing, especially for a little kid. I mean, my God.
Yeah, and thank God I haven't. I mean, knock on wood, knock, knock, knock. I won't experience that again, but I do not believe I have had any similar experiences since I was a little kid out on the farm. But again, it's stuck in my brain. I mean, it was so powerful and it disturbed me and bothered me so much. I still have that scene, that vision in my head.
It had a huge impact on you.
Of sitting on my bedroom floor, looking at my bed. I was out of my bed, and I was underneath that same window that I was talking about before. The window that was, maybe the moonlight was shining through on top of the bulbous head of whomever it may have belonged to. And just screaming my lungs out and frozen. I could not move. And the classic Mike trying to scream, and all you're doing is nothing coming out, I mean, nothing new for millions of people. I get that. Our listeners have probably all experienced the same thing. But my goodness gracious, I wasn't not a fan of that at all. And could there possibly be something more to it? For argument's sake, was there something lurking in our damn house?
Well, that is one of the possibilities. Was this?
It's a terrifying possibility, but it is. Do you have any childhood memories, Mike, of any sort of creepy moments that I know that you're not easily scared, and you always said that. It's like you've never really felt, even with all of your paranormal experiences, you've never really felt fear. Nothing's really creeped you out that much. No. Even going back to childhood, paranormally speaking, nothing has really kind of rubbed you the wrong way, so to speak.
No, it's always been exciting. I don't know. I've always been into that because of family history and things like that. And then when I started getting into it more and learning more, it just excited me and wanted me to keep learning more and going further with it. And look at where we're at now.
I know. We've got about 12 listeners right now who are just in trance.
Do that.
No.
Anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Yes.
I don't like it when Mike gets angry, and it scares me.
No, you haven't seen me angry. You have not.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. No. You don't turn green, do you?
I turn quite red, actually.
Oh, well, you're not this.
Pasty white ghosty.
No, my blood pressure just goes nuts.
I'm having fun with the soundboard, boys and girls. I apologize, but nothing remotely creeped you out. That's amazing to me.
I did have that dream. I was going to tell you, and I did share this probably a long time ago, but hopefully it was a dream. I remember being in this old house that I grew up in as a young child, and I slept upstairs in this old house. It had 3 bedrooms and a bathroom and this short little hallway that they're all, connected to. And at nighttime, I would be laying in bed and I could hear the TV downstairs, like mom and dad still down there, and my brother, whatever. You could hear the TV, you could hear them talking. And, this one time, it's like I was standing in that hallway and it was dark. And I was standing between or by my bedroom door and where my parents' bedroom was. And all of a sudden, something grabbed my ankles from inside of my mom and dad's bedroom.
Whoa.
and yanked me back, and I fell on my face, and I was that, just like you see, the dragging the claws and trying to, pull away.
I remember you saying this before.
Yes.
Yes.
And as I'm being dragged into this, darkness of this room, I could still hear, everybody downstairs, talking, laughing, the TV's on, the light coming from down there up the stairs a little bit. And
so
and
you're aware of your surroundings and everything at that point.
Absolutely. It was just like I had gotten out of bed and ended up there in the hallway. And,
wow.
And I was trying to do the screaming, just like you said, mouth would open, nothing coming out, nothing. But it was that so vivid, like you're saying, it was just, I was a very, very young child when I had that dream, and I'll never forget it, ever.
Is that something more than a dream, Mike, in your opinion?
I don't know. I feel that it isn't more than a dream, but
because it was terrifying, and is that why? Because you don't want to go kind of down that negative road.
Oh,
is that why?
If it was real, I would love to know that.
Sure, sure.
Mean, seriously,
regardless if it was positive or negative.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So,
but it's interesting, though. It's interesting that you're totally aware of your surroundings, as if you are awake. Mm-hmm. You're hearing your family downstairs. You see the lights. You see, you're absolutely aware. Mm-hmm. But yet, there's also something that is grabbing your flipping ankles.
Yeah,
and trying to pull you away.
Oh, it was pulling me away.
That's terrible. That's creepy.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
Yeah, maybe I should talk to my counselor about that one. I don't know. I know.
So but Mike, what if that was something paranormal? What if something was there that wasn't nice? It was malevolent, to say the least. I know it's creepy to think about that. I don't know if it kind of looks like you're shaking your head like you don't want to think about that being a possible reality, but
you feel that it could be a possibility. You hear stories of things like that happening that are allegedly true. Are they true? Or is it just like us? Are we trying to figure out if it was a dream or if there was more to it? But I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's something that we will never know. I decided to look up, I just threw out some questions earlier, and I'm pulling up my professional notes here. And it sounds like a stupid question, I get it. But I just typed in, I was like, why do ghosts hang out in closets, basically? And we've talked about stuff like this before several times, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it matter to a ghost? Why would they hang out in the attic? Why would they hang out in the basement? I mean, this is an even more pertinent example. Why would they hang out in the flipping closet?
They're in there waiting for the kid to come in and fall asleep.
That's just the thing. I mean, is there some nefarious thought processes going on there, from the other world? They're like, we're going to hang out in here just wreak havoc. Some of the potential, air quotes, reasons are as such, Mike. Okay. Now, some of the, it's like, meh. This is according to the Google and several different things that popped up. Theories, Mike, for why spirits might be associated with closets and lingering within closets include that closets are low energy, dark, and isolated areas, which simply attract spirits. Some believe closets are associated with feelings of being hidden or unseen, making them symbolic spaces for spirits. Let's tackle that for a second here. Do you think it matters to a ghost that a closet would be perhaps a low energy or a dark and isolated area?
I don't think they'd put that much thought into it. It's like, are you, if you could see this ghost before it was getting, as it was getting into the closets, it's tiptoeing and sneaking with a big smile on its face.
That's just the thing. Do ghosts tiptoe? That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's looking out the door as it slowly backs up and closes the door, behind itself. And
I love that.
Waiting for the child.
Oh, if there are multiple ghosts, do they ever shush each other? It's like, hey, shh, buddy, we're trying to come on, get in the closet. Shh, shh. I know what. We're not mocking this. We're not mocking this stuff.
No. I suggest you watch many episodes of the cartoon Casper, and you probably learn a lot.
But I'm just trying to wrap my mind about the idea of a closet being low energy, and obviously it's dark with the door closed, and assuming there's not a light in there. So why would it matter that it would be low energy? I mean, is that saying that a ghost is seeking a low energy area, a low energy spot? And if so, why?
Well,
to me, if they are seeking a low energy locale, they wouldn't want to be spotted. They wouldn't want to be noticed. So that also suggests that they are aware of what they are.
Sure.
Maybe if they're a ghost and they're trying to seek out a low energy spot, why else would they seek out a low energy spot? They're like, we don't want to be noticed. We don't want to be seen. We don't want the inhabitants of this house to know we are here.
Maybe it's like they might think of it as a place where they can just be and not, they can like shut down for a little bit, conserve energy, maybe save up that energy and have it for when you need it for a possession or something. Who knows? I don't know.
So it's kind of like the movie like Alien Part 2, Aliens, I believe it's called. Mm-hmm. Like when they space travel and they're going such long distances that they actually go into like a comatose state in those little like tubes or those they're ensconced in these little I don't know, isolated, cylindrical tubes before they finally a pod. There you go. So are you saying that maybe these ghosts, they're using these closets? That's their version of this pod. They're just shutting down. They're keeping only their vital spiritual energy running. While they are,
I'm gonna be in the pod for a while. I gotta rejuvenate a little bit.
Exactly.
You want to cover down the attic for me for a little while?
It's like, why do they call them closets? These are pods anyway. Sorry. Yeah. Again, we're not mocking. I feel like, why do I feel like we always have to clarify that we're not? Mike, you and I are passionate about the paranormal, but man, we make fun of it a lot of times.
Well, it's it's a passion that bounces all over the place.
But it's also, Mike, you have to, Mike, we've said this 1,000 times. We have to throw out humor. And in a lot of ways, it's our method or technique. It's just our way of making it clear that we don't blindly believe in every flippant thing that is out there. You just can't. You have to have a skeptical mind, but we're open-minded at the same time.
Yes.
Mike, some other ideas kind of along the same lines here for the low energy zone is that closets are undisturbed and they lack the daily activity and energy flow of other rooms.
That I had that thought. There's all that's in there is like clothes that might sway a little bit when you open the door.
Yeah, right.
Not a whole lot of high energy in there. That's right.
So this, in part, can perhaps create a neutral space for spirits to linger.
Yeah.
So again, that's kind of suggesting that they are aware of their spirit, their form at that time. Another idea is the darkness and isolation of a closet can perhaps be seen as an ideal environment for apparitions to manifest. And you were kind of jokingly saying that just like a couple minutes ago. Like, we're going to go in our pod here in our little closet, and we're going to conserve our energy until we decide to leap on out and possess somebody. I mean, I know you're kind of joking when you said that, but
they might take it as like a bathroom break or
a bathroom break. Yeah.
15-minute break or something. Who knows?
Well, that's interesting, though. Darkness and isolation of a closet can be seen as an ideal environment for apparitions to manifest.
Maybe it has something to do with, maybe with certain spirits. If, say, they had a traumatic life, and that trauma and that the effect that had on the person, that would maybe be to the point where they would want to hide and not have any contact. And
I like that idea.
That followed this person into death and into a haunting of, for
I like
reason.
that. I like that idea, because how many times do we say, ghosts, they were humans at one point, right? I mean, the physical nature,
right.
Ghosts are people too. I mean, if a person was an asshole in real life, they're probably going to be an asshole in the spiritual life. So if they're like a quiet, maybe shy person who likes being alone during this physical existence, hell. And all of a sudden you're in a house that is inhabited by a bunch of strangers. You have no idea who the hell they are. Yeah. You're going to probably want to go and lock yourself in the closet.
Yeah. Or the attic.
Or the attic.
Where people just don't as much.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I kind of like that idea. They're lingering there to just keep the hell away from the idiot humans who are there.
Yeah. They linger like the smell of fish.
Why fish?
In the kitchen when you cook it. Yeah, that.
It lingers like fish.
Remember that Pat Boone commercial?
Shirley
loves to cook fish, and
who
I
out
love
there
to eat it.
Who out there right now listening knows which particular Pat Boone commercial that you were referring to, that people are going to go, yes.
Yeah,
I do recall.
They were in his kitchen, and he was saying that, and then he goes, "The smell, it lingers."
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that was probably maybe 20 years ago. I don't
know. I'm gonna give out a quick listener shout out. I'm gonna shout out to Angela Dawn, because a lot of times when we do say stuff like this, and I call you out and say, "Who's gonna know that reference?" She a lot of times immediately responds and says, I know what Mike was talking about. Yeah. So I think that's great.
I think I'm about up to 3 of those on this episode now already. Yeah. So,
Mike, what do you think about this one? This is interesting too. And I know that we're short on time, and don't worry, we'll be wrapping up here quickly.
Wrap it up.
I take it. Great Thunderbirds song, by the way. Fabulous Thunderbirds. Wrap it up.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
How about that reference? Anyone out there know the Fabulous Thunderbirds? Wrap it up. That's a cool song.
Mm-hmm.
Dust as a remnant of the past. It goes on here saying that some suggest that dust, which symbolizes remnants of time, can attract spirits connected to the past. So you think of maybe a dusty closet, as that's what it's kind of suggesting. And so the dust allegedly symbolizes remnants of time, and therefore the spirits are attracted to that dust.
No,
that's
like one of the stupidest things. Who writes this stuff? No, I don't. I mean, I'm not. It's not stupid. I'm not going to say anybody's idea is stupid, whether I think it is or not. But
well, you just kind of did. Well, you just did. There's no backing away from that one.
I regress. But anyway, no.
I'm thinking people are thinking a wee bit too much. That's what I am thinking right there.
I can see the symbolism of that. Meaning the
right.
dust of time or whatever.
Right. I don't know. But you can. I mean, but
symbolic thing to say.
Right. We kind of. I'm on the same page with you on that one. But then when it comes to like a ghost saying, "Well, shit, where can I hang out here? I mean, I'm part of time now. Time does not exist to me.
I am formless. I am weightless. That microwave looks fine.
I think it looks rather dusty. I am therefore attracted to that. I don't know. I get you.
Which vent should I hang out in today? It's whatever.
And then what happens if the people in the house decide to clean it and they dust the place up, and they sweep it up,
Yeah, but
get out their dusters? What are they destroying the existence of the ghost simply by wiping some dust off their table?
No, that's never going to work because, well, especially if there's dust bunnies, because you pick up one, 3 come back instantly, right away.
I get you.
There's always going to be that. Dust bunnies might be haunted, for crying out loud. If that energy can be put into that, concentrated into that size of that, never mind.
I can
wasting my breath on stupidity and nothing funny about it. Well, let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
I keep on. It's not playing like the entire clip. Like the nanosecond at the beginning of it is being. But anyways, Jim Mora, what are your thoughts on the idea of dust attracting ghosts?
Diddly poo.
Okay. Anyways. Okay, Mike. Maybe this one's a little more credible to you. Closets can represent hidden secrets or feelings. I mean, everyone is aware of that. It's almost become a cliche about hidden secrets and feelings, making closets a symbolic space for spirits who may in fact be trying to reveal or express themselves.
Skeletons in the closet.
Maybe kind of thinking it's not as kind of ridiculous as the dust particles one, but I get this one a little more,
Sure. Yeah.
It's a little more I don't know, digestible.
Yeah.
Thank you for your feedback on that one, Mike.
Something that is more likely to
awesome.
Be digested and ejected. So
I'm looking for other examples here, and I'm kind of losing track of the idea of a ghost in a closet, but that's okay. That's okay.
All over the place.
I am all over the place, and I apologize. God dang it. Oh, one thing I wanted to throw out there real quick before I wrap it up, Mike. I had mentioned this with my brother. I had went over to his house last Sunday to watch the Timberwolves game versus the Lakers. By the way, Timberwolves, go Timberwolves. They kicked the crap out of the Lakers and they're on to the next round of the playoffs. We were talking about ghostly movies and stuff like that. And I had mentioned the movie Interstellar because Bridget had the movie Interstellar on not that long ago. Really
Is that
cool.
The Martin Short one and Dennis Quaid.
That's Inner Space.
There you go. Interstellar. That was a good movie, actually.
With Mr. Matthew McConaughey in it.
Yes, very good movie.
And long story short, it's cool. It's kind of similar to the idea. Well, this particular ghostly aspect of it, kind of similar to like the trippy twist in the classic movie The Others, with Nicole Kidman.
Yes, love it.
I mean, kind of fairly similar. Anyways, Interstellar. Those of you who have seen it know what I'm talking about. Matthew McConaughey's daughter, like at one point in the movie, throughout the movie, she believes she has a ghost in her closet that is talking to her, and is kind of maybe perhaps guiding her. It's giving her information, so on and so forth. It is revealed later on, as those who have seen it know, that is in fact
very impactful.
It was in fact her father who had been time traveling. He was part of the space program, and they had figured out a method of traveling through time, and he had been returning to visit his daughter through, again, manipulating the space-time continuum, and
it's like
somehow sending these messages to her, which she believed was a ghost, but was in fact him from the future. I love that idea. It blows my mind. Sorry, you were going to say.
It was just so crazy how, he could see through those different like portals. It's like openings in like a dimensional veil or something.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's just an amazing movie.
I love the idea.
Well worth watching, yeah.
Love the idea. Mike, I told you, I promised we keep it short and we will wrap it up here. Thanks for making it work. I appreciate it. We're running late. We're running behind. So therefore we're cutting it in the butt right now. Cutting it in the butt, nipping it in the butt.
Nip it. Nip it.
Nip it good. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, sorry. Yeah, nothing too serious, nothing too groundbreaking, nothing too thought-provoking in this episode, but hell, thank you for listening. We appreciate everybody who has checked it out. If you made it this far and you enjoy the podcast, you enjoy the content, no better way to support, if you care to support the podcast, than to give our Patreon page a shot. We just recorded episode 89 2 weeks ago, Patreon exclusive episode 89. We have nearing 450 exclusive Patreon posts. Hell yeah. Lots of cool stuff. The page is growing and growing, and I don't say this lightly. I say it every episode. It's a passion project for us. We have a great time doing it, and we love putting content out there that hopefully you enjoy. We're going to be posting some more video stuff from our excursions from yesterday. Yeah, we did return to Standing Rock. Got some cool stuff out there. Hopefully we captured some stuff, Mike. Yeah. I tell you what, when you're filming, when you're using like the night vision camera and you're getting attacked by those massive mosquitoes, really looked like Game of Thrones dragons were flying right towards my face. I won't be sharing that on Patreon, but well, unless someone wants to see it. But again, if you want to support the podcast, we love you all for even considering doing that. And no better way than to check us out on the Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as $1 a month, no obligations. You don't like it, you can take off and say, see you later. It will be. Yeah. It will be. Absolutely.
That will never change no matter what.
Absolutely not. Mike, short and sweet episode. Thank you very much for making this work. A little discombobulated, but you know what? It's a hell of a lot better than our efforts from last night. And we're going to post it because we need one. We need one out there. We need one out there. We missed it last week, and we're running behind. And we've got. Okay, I won't say it. I was going to rip on our something. I won't.
Don't.
I won't. I'm not.
Was it about me?
No.
Oh yeah, that's a convincing answer.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that wasn't. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah.
Anyways. Mike's favorite soundbite.
No.
Sorry.
God, that's where my headphones tear off.
All right, buddy. I won't keep it any longer. Again, thank you for making this work. And it was really good seeing you and Mary yesterday. Had a good time. Until next time, my friend, what do our paranormal pals? What do they, in fact, need to do?
They need, if they want to and if they wish, please peace out.
Peace out. Really? That's what they need to do?